Both were the eighth child born to survive. Both carried extraordinary destinies. Yet one spent his life trying to liberate himself from the world, while the other walked into the world so completely that others found liberation through him. Perhaps that is why one carried life like a responsibility and the other lived it like a fluid in motion. There is something deeply human hidden in the contrast between Bhishma Pitama and Krishna. Bhishma gave up almost everything a person could desire: a kingdom, love, a family of his own, even the right to live for himself. And history remembers him for his vows. But somewhere along the way, the vow that once gave him the purpose also became the weight he could never put down. He became so committed to sacrifice that even when he saw injustice unfolding before him, he remained bound to the very throne that caused it. Not because Bhishma lacked wisdom, but because sometimes the identities we build around virtue quietly becomes prisons. While on the other hand, Lord Krishna moved differently. He did not distance himself from life. He stepped into it completely. Politics, conflict, friendship, loss, strategy, love, war. He touched every part of existence without allowing any single part to touch him. That is what made Krishna difficult to understand. He was never rigid enough for people who wanted certainty, and never detached enough for people who thought spirituality meant withdrawal. Yet, wherever Krishna went, life continued to move. And perhaps that is the difference. Bhishma tried to liberate himself from attachment. Krishna showed what it meant to move through attachment consciously. One carried dharma like a burden on his shoulders, while the other allowed dharma to breathe through his actions. And maybe this is just not their story. Even today, some of us are carrying life more than living it, carrying expectations, carrying old versions of ourselves, carrying discipline so tightly that joy disappears from it, carrying identities we no longer know how to step beyond. We become loyal to who we were, even when life quietly asks us to evolve. And slowly, existence starts feeling heavy. Not because life itself is heavy, but because we mistake rigidity for strength. Krishna reminds us of something subtler, that consciousness is not found outside of us. It reveals itself through participation, not through suppression, but through presence. As liberation is never about leaving life behind. Instead, it is about learning how to flow through it without becoming imprisoned by every role we play within it. Reflect upon these questions to see what may come through and sit with that. What part of your life are you carrying so heavily you no longer fully experience it? Have your strengths quietly become identities you are now afraid to outgrow? Are you participating in life consciously or merely surviving it with discipline? Alright then, this is me, Bhavna, signing off, and I will see you in the next one. Until then, allow the Krishna within you to remind Bhishma within you that life is not meant to be carried, it is also meant to be lived.